Hi everyone, I'm Steve Laidlaw, founder and CEO of Stelor. Stelor is a reserve study software, but it's more than that. It's a reserve study builder, a client portal, and a reserve data management platform, all in one. Over the next 12 minutes or so, I'll walk you through what it does, how it improves an engineering firm or a reserve study provider's business, and a tour of the platform itself. So what does Stelor do? It all starts with the reserve study writing tool, which cuts study prep time from the typical 20 to 40 hours with conventional methods down to under 10. It supports the entire workflow from the moment a quote is approved through the HOA or customer interview, the on-site inspection, takeoffs, report writing, funding models, compiling, all the way to invoicing. From there, all that data flows into the client portal. Your reserve study is transformed into a digital reserve management platform, fully white labeled so it looks like your tool, not ours. Your clients get a full suite of reserve management features: annual reporting, forecasting, funding models, and reserve planning. They can advance projects, defer them, update budgets. And because the HOA is there updating actuals as the capital projects get completed, all of that information is ready and waiting for the next reserve cycle. That means Stelor can generate a level 3 update in 15 minutes or less. Finally, all that data from every reserve study from every client portal is fully queryable in the capital project query tool and CRM. If you've written 100 studies this year, every component in all 100 is searchable. You can ask, which properties have an asphalt project budgeted between 2026 and 2028? And the system surfaces the list with quantities, ages, and budgets. From there, you can reach out proactively to offer to scope and procure or kick off the capital project management and construction. So how does this actually improve a reserve study provider's business? 3 areas. First, the writing tool. With the productivity gains, you can roughly double your study output versus conventional methods. You get centralized dashboards to track your team, monitor performance, and see the status of every project, so nothing stalls. And it standardizes your operations. Everyone is writing studies using the same methods, the same software, the same format. No more juggling multiple spreadsheets between offices. Second, the client portal. This creates a brand new revenue stream. It's something you charge extra for, and we offer a rev share model. But the bigger impact is differentiation. We typically see providers closing approximately 30% of studies they quote. When they add a portal, even clients who elect not to purchase the client portal, reserve study only, see these providers as tech-enabled providers. It's a differentiator, and we see their close rates climb to approximately 40% as a result. Because you're staying engaged to the client portal on a quarterly or even annual basis, you also win more level 3 updates and repeat studies. And those level 3 updates take under 30 minutes to produce instead of days. Third, the capital project side. This is especially valuable for engineering firms. Instead of waiting for clients to call you, you can proactively reach out about future capital projects, offer to scope and procure them, quote on replacements. Your reserve studies effectively become a live CRM, a database of upcoming budgets, replacement scopes, and key contacts you can act on at any time. All right, let's get into the platform. We'll start with the on-site inspection app. It's built like a guided checklist. Filter by what's incomplete so you can see exactly what's left to inspect. Search by category, say exterior building components, and tap into any component to pull up its data card. From there, capture photos, choose from pre-written observations. Our statter catalog has 6 to 8 per component, so you're not typing with your thumbs on site. Now, select the condition, add quantities, and mark it complete. This app is designed to improve report writing productivity, not to cut time on site. Your inspectors still do thorough work. The win is that everything they capture flows directly into the report. A summary card at the end shows which components are done, who's on site, and the overall condition mix. When everything's complete, you submit, and the office is automatically notified that the inspection app is ready for the next step. Now, if your inspectors prefer the clipboard-style workflow over walking the site with a phone or tablet, we've built a bulk upload as an alternative. You bring in a CSV with your components and any data you've captured, say remaining life, quantities, square footages, whatever is available. You upload it, and the system runs a quick mapping step to match your column names against the component catalog. If everything lines up, it auto matches. If something's spelled differently or doesn't quite match, you can manually map it. Either way, once the upload is in, all those components are loaded into the builder and ready to go. This is also how you'd bring in data from a prior reserve study if you're doing a follow-up. There's no retyping, no rebuilding from scratch. From inspection, we move to the Builder app. Once all your components are in, the Builder gives you a structured workflow from field data through to the finished report. The main view is laid out like a spreadsheet, so you can quickly update conditions, design lives, age, phases, quantities, unit costs, totals, all from one screen. It's fast and easy to view. If you want to go deeper on a single component, you can click in and work through the details. There's pre-written, editable descriptions, conditions pulled from the on-site inspection or bulk upload, observations and site notes pulled from the inspection app. Custom comments can be added, and budgeting with replacement costs and design lives can be updated or changed. And finally, the photos. If you use the inspection app, your 3 or so photos per component are already attached. If you use the bulk upload, you can drag in 50 or 100 photos at once and use the assignment tool to match them to the components. Once your components are all set, you move to the funding models. Stelor automatically generates 5 standard models: current funding, baseline at 0, threshold at 5%, threshold at 10%, and full funding. You can cycle through them and see how each one performs. The logic mirrors what you'd do if you were building these manually. We've just automated it. In this example, you can see contributions start higher in the first 5 years, close to $400,000 a year. Because of major capital projects coming up, as those projects come off the books, contributions drop, eventually settling under $100,000 for the remainder of the 30-year forecast, all while staying above that 10% threshold line. You also have optional manual contribution inputs if you need to model a custom scenario for a client. Once your funding models are set, you compile the study, and Stelor generates a fully custom, formatted, and white-labeled reserve study in seconds. I want to be clear what custom means here. This isn't a drag-and-drop template where you place a text box here and a photo there. The verbiage, the tables, the formatting, the calculations, they're all built to your firm's standards. If you want to replicate the study that your customers have come to know and love, we can do that. You can see in this scroll through how different studies can look. Some are more component driven, some are more chart and table heavy. The methodology adjusts to your jurisdiction on your designation as well. And the same builder, process, and data can generate an HOA reserve study, a non-HOA reserve study, a capital needs report, or a BCA. You just select the report template and jurisdiction and the report compiles. And the final output doesn't say Stelor anywhere on it. It's your study, your brand, just built with our tool. Once the study is finished, all the data is indexed, organized, and exported to a white-labeled client portal, a seamless handoff from study creation to the client experience. This is the main dashboard. Up top, a summary of the next 5 years, the contribution gap, and the solvency timeline. The client can toggle between current funding, baseline, and 5 and 10% thresholds, or full funding. Below that, component health gives a quick read on what's critical, poor, or average, and the donut chart lets them drill into a category like site work or exterior to see what's driving it. Off to the right, the full component list is ranked by remaining life. Further down, the funding model generator is recreated inside the portal. There is also a simulation engine, custom reporting, and general ledger import, so the portal isn't just a viewer, it's an active reserve management workspace. With the reserve study data on one side and the client's ongoing updates on the other, Level 3 updates become a guided setup wizard. You set the new report date and the system automatically applies the 2 or 3 years that have passed to the effective age of every component and applies inflation. For any project that was budgeted during that period, it asks simple questions. Was it replaced? Was it deferred? Was it completed? You answer and the system updates. Once those are handled, every component is laid out with updated costs, ready for review. You enter the financial side, starting balance, new annual contribution, inflation, interest, and the system runs the forecast. You get an initial review screen to validate everything, and when you're ready, you compile. The output is a white-labeled Level 3 update with the same formatting as the original study. The whole process takes 10 to 15 minutes. And last on the feature tour, the Capital Project Query Tool. Every reserve study is a rich source of capital project data. A complete inventory of commonly owned property, condition, remaining life, replacement costs, materials, quantities, and photos. If you're writing 50 to 500 plus studies a year, that's an enormous pipeline of upcoming capital work sitting in your database. The query tool unlocks it. Here I've run a search on asphalt. Every asphalt project budgeted in the next 2 years, and the system pulls every match. Switch search to vinyl siding, and it returns 8 properties with component type, age, square footage, and budget. Click into any result and you get the full data card, photos, quantities, and contact details for the HOA condo manager and often the board members themselves through the client portal. From there you can reach out and proactively offer to scope, procure, or quote the work. That brings us to the end of the demo. To recap, Stelor is a writing tool that doubles your study output, a client portal that creates new revenue streams and helps you engage with your customers, and a capital project database that turns every study you've ever written into actionable business development. Thanks so much. I'm Steve Laidlaw, and I'm happy to take any questions.